Alright, here we are in the shoe sanctuary once again for the live stream. I believe this is live stream 17. I can't quite believe it. 17 live streams. Time just passes so quickly at the moment. Lots of people already in the chat. I shall say hello to them very quickly. We've got Frank Lahoulier. He says, why do I feel that Reeboks are going to get some love today? Frank, you have a connection with my mind. There'll definitely be some Reebok love today. I have in fact got the Energy 2 here. I've been using that a little bit this week. We got Mark Rainey, he's in the house from Oregon. Awesome. How are things over there in Oregon? It's a place I did go to, Portland, many years ago. I enjoyed myself there. I wish I could go back again very soon. I hope things are calming down there, because I did see in the news there's been a lot of protests and things, perhaps rightly so as well. And I hope things are calming down there, Mark. Ash G is in the house. Ash, you're in Yeovil, aren't you? I believe. How are you doing? Very muggy out there, Ash. I've just got back 7 miles, just easy pace in the, what was I wearing? I was wearing these. The Clifton 7. Just really nice, easy miles. Really enjoying this shoe. They just rolled past without any sort of note whatsoever. But it is muggy out there. Really, really, really close. Feels like it could thunder and there could be lots of rain. Frank Lahoulier says half marathon easy pace this morning. Awesome, in the Carbon X. Excellent stuff, Frank. Joe Mullins here. Rum was really good. Thank you, Joe. Sean is here. He says Pogu. Pogu? I don't know. What does that mean, Sean? Please explain. Tim Platt is in the house. How you doing, Tim? We got Kurt Steeg. Hi, Kurt. Charles is in the house. We have Gavin, he's here, just tuning in with the kids too this time. Hello, kids of Gavin Braden. How you doing, guys? Glad that you're all watching. Hope you enjoy the show today. Daniel P, got to be the Nova Blast best daily trainer. Yeah, we'll get to that in a sec. Dan, I do want to chat with you guys about that. Stevie, 76, he's always here. Stevie, I hope you've had a fantastic day, buddy. Eddie Vickers is here, fellow Eddie. Awesome. Ed, would you ever do a review on spikes? If I can get back on some track, yes, definitely, Eddie. I'd love to get a pair of spikes. Actually, I don't have any, so it'd be a really cool thing to review some spikes. And I've got a couple of buddies that can help me out get some footage as well. So that'll be quite a good one. I can do that in the future. Good suggestion, Eddie. Travis Rogan's here. He says, "Hey Ed, here from Boston." Also, awesome. Is that Boston in the UK or Boston over in America? Either way, he says it's humid there, so pretty much the same weather conditions that we've got here. We've got Kurt Steeg, so he says he's in New Jersey. Did a bit of fartlek today in the Rincons. Good shoe for that. The Rincon's nice and light, isn't it? So you can do some faster stuff and then pull the pace back a little bit, and it just works. Always nice. I like a versatile shoe. You know that, guys. I like a versatile shoe. Soupy Runs is here. Actually, I really fancy some soup, saying that. I wonder if Miss EDDBUD's got any soup that I can have after this. I really fancy a nice bowl of tomato soup. Cream of tomato and some nice bread, crusty bread. That would be nice. A little butter. I'm really hungry. Always. Kurt says it looks like it was a Hoka day. Yeah, we're both in the Hokas today by the looks, Kurt. Mark Rainey. Oregon has nice weather right now. He says it's cooled down for a few days, and yes, we do have the protesters. Well, I hope everything's calming down a little bit there. It is a real beautiful place. In some ways, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Yeovil. We've got loads of greenery around us. It's not the biggest place in the world, Yeovil. I think it's only about 50,000 people here, something like that. It's quite small in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, a really nice place to live. I'd love to get back over to Portland again and sample some of those micro breweries. Oh, it was good. Oh yeah, good days, good days. We got Gary Coombs. He says loving the Cliftons. Well, not the version 4. They were awful. Yeah, these are proven to be really nice, I have to say. Just to sort of, they don't look like an understated shoe. Oh, they actually look ginormous, don't they? They don't really feel ginormous or weighty on foot. Really enjoying them. Just they really coming out the cushion as well. The more and more I'm using them, the more cushioned they feel, the better they feel. kind of like a nice pair of jeans. You know, when you get a new pair of jeans, you put them on and you're a bit like, what's going on with these jeans? They're too coarse and it's not happening for me. And then after a while, they sort of become part of you. Something like that, anyway. Dave says, do I find the Hoka Rocker, that would be a good name for a new Hoka shoe. I'm going to have to patent that. The Hoka Meta Rocker, does it changes my gait? Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Not noticeable though. I haven't found it noticeably change my sort of running style at all. Haven't thought about that, David. That's something to mull over when I'm coming up with the 100-mile review. That'll be a way off yet. Got a lot of miles to plough into that one. Carlos Sejas says, hey Ed. Hello Carlos. I'm glad to finally attend a live stream. I am glad to have you here, Carlos. Thanks for joining us. Joe says, any info on the 100k vid? Yeah, hopefully this week I can catch up with Kev and get that underway, Joe. There's a lot to do on that one. It's going to take a few days to, well, probably a couple of weeks to get that one done, really. Ewan Booth says, hi Ed. Hello Ewan. Kevin Bickerton says, hey Ed and Beast. First live as no live football to watch. Yeah, it is sadly coming to an end now. Just when we got back into live football, it's going again. So no more live football for Yeovil either this season. They got knocked out in the playoff semi-final for promotion to the league. So another season in the non-league next year for Yeovil, which is a bit sad. But at least my team in London, Arsenal, they're into the FA Cup final against, it's Chelsea, I believe, isn't it? Is it Chelsea? Yeah, I think it's Chelsea. So yeah, that will be a tough game against Lampard's boys. See how they get on. Beast, I was a bit worried about Beast a minute ago actually. She was sort of like, it was like she was sort of coughing on something. I don't know what she's been trying to eat. Maybe some raw iron or some wood or something, I don't know. That's the sort of thing Beast does. But yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on her. Joe Mullin says, just saw a great meme. You're right, I don't need more running gear, but it's on sale. Oh yeah, if there's a sale, you've got to have a look, haven't you? At least, you know. It feels as if you're doing a disservice, you know, if you don't go and at least have a little look at what they've got on offer. If you are in the chat, guys, please hit that like button. It really does help to get the videos out there and to get the channel a little bit more well known. I'd very much appreciate it. Soupy Run says, hey Ed, is your t-shirt red, orange or pink? This one is definitely, I would suggest it's definitely orange, this one. This one was from my brother-in-law, Luke. It's a fantastic t-shirt actually, and we're really enjoying this one. It's quite breathable as well. I don't feel too hot today in the studio. We've got Manic Mike is here. He says, just got him mate, now I'm out. Dessert with the wifey. Awesome. Mr. Random says, hi all. As we'd say in Brooklyn back in the 90s. Holla. Jason is here. He says, hello, just got a pair of Adizero Pro. Awesome, buddy. Wait for the first run today. So I take it you must be early on in the day for you there. I think you'll enjoy them. I did take these out. This kind of relates to the race shoe thing. I did take these out yesterday for a interval session, just to see how they fared. Intervals I was doing of recent time in the Takumi Sen, and these did really well on the intervals. I hit some paces, probably I think it was 400 meter intervals, with a little bit of I think it was something like about a minute's worth of recovery in between, and I was getting down to about 6 minutes 10, and it was quite late in the day as well. I doubled up yesterday, so 3 miles very easy in the morning, and then 6 miles much harder kind of work stuff later on in the day. They did really well. In the wet as well, it was quite rainy, so it was quite a bit of rain, and traction was really great. Really enjoyable session in these yesterday, and really rising up to be one of the favourite shoes right now. So really enjoying the Adizero Pro. Hope you enjoy yours as well, Jason. Chris says, hey Ed, any chance you'll be adding a Skechers shoe to my rotation? I wouldn't mind getting hold of a Skechers shoe if I can, Chris. Few and far between over here. We tend to get them really late as well in the UK. I don't know what the score is with Skechers and getting the shoes distributed, but it just seems a bit hit and miss. They appear, but there's very little buzz about them. Very few people wear Skechers stuff in the UK, really. I haven't seen any local club runners wearing Skechers shoes, all Asics, quite a few Hokas, a couple of Nikes there, a couple of the quite able runners use Adidas as well. They're the top ones, but don't see many of them. I would like to try one though, and see what it's like. Trevor Holloway says hello from the deepest, darkest Dorset. Fantastic, Trevor. Dorset, not too far away from here in Somerset, where our cider do grow, and we got tractors and all sorts of things like that. Dorset, though, I spent many evenings in Dorset playing music and things. Hope you're having a great day, Trevor. Carlos says, what is your favourite food? Oh, Carlos, that's a tough question. At the moment, I could very easily devour like a vegetarian burger, maybe some cheese, a little mustard, and some fries, but get a load of salt and some pepper on the fries as well, and some chilies on there as well. I love chilies. They're one of my favourite things. If ever Mrs. EDDBUD does some pasta, always put some chilies in there for me. Although she almost blew my head off the other day, this pasta dish she made for me. I got about halfway through and I was really feeling it. You know, when you're in a race and you've gone out too fast and you get to, say you're doing a half marathon, you get to like about 10k and you're thinking, I've used up too much here. I was really struggling. It was powerful stuff, Carlos, I tell you. So, yeah, I'd say probably, I like pasta. I like pizza. Probably pasta with spinach and some asparagus, some cheese, some pesto. That's top range stuff. Martin says, hi Ed, everyone, nice to be here. Thinking of getting the Adios 5 to do a proper Adidas shoe, or am I? Yeah, I guess I could look at getting the Adios 5. I've got a bit of a glut of shoes at the moment though, Martin. I really need to clear through some of those before we add any more right now. But like I say, I am enjoying that Adi Zero Pro, and I do really appreciate you telling me about that one and kind of changing my view on that one. It's an amazingly cushioned shoe. It's beautifully cushioned. It really is, guys. You do need to try this one out. If you have seen some of the reviews that mentioned it perhaps wasn't quite as cushioned, it's just such a great fit as well. Everything about that upper is just spot on. Really is. I wouldn't change anything about it. Mr. Awesomeness says, could you compare and contrast the Clifton 7 and the 1080? I've got a few Clifton 7 comparisons coming up, Mr. Awesomeness, so please do look out for those over the next week or so. I've got two that I've picked out that I think are really good comparisons, and one of those is the 1080, so do watch out for that one. Ron Tommy says, can't wait till the EDDBUD meetup at the Boston Marathon. Would be like Eddie Murphy coming to America. Awesome. I like it. I like it a lot. Carlos says, I like the row of bibs in the background. Yeah, they do stretch down. I have ordered up some new stuff for the shoe sanctuary. I'm going to actually flip the room around, so I've got a little bit more room the other side of the studio. So I'll be able to have some more of the bibs on show. Sadly, not many bibs this year, only like 3 or 4 bibs, so it's a bit sad. I was just thinking about that. And reading the race guidelines that they've put out as well, I can't see that there's going to be any races coming up anytime soon. It really does look very difficult for people to be able to come up with some type of race plan, or just to include all of that organisation. It's quite sad, really. I think a lot of local races will disappear for the time being because it's just too difficult for them to arrange it. Gary says he's losing his race mojo a little bit. Dabbled in virtual races, but not really doing it for me. Any tips on staying motivated? Yeah, I can see, I know a lot of people that feel the same, Gary. What I've been doing is giving myself goals each week in terms of mileage, making sure I hit certain amounts of miles, certain paces, and doing that really, and using it as a mental tool to build up my strength, build up my endurance. And I'm always thinking ahead. There will be some races in the future. We know that that will happen. We know we'll get out of this sort of situation, and things will start to return to some type of normality. And I keep thinking to myself, when that does happen, I want to be absolutely on it. So I want to try and do as many races as possible and really enjoy them and get the absolute most out of them. So that's been my motivation, is looking to the future and just making sure I'm staying fit for Mrs. EDDBUD and for my daughter, for my family, for my little boy who will be appearing very soon. So those are my goals. I'm keeping them sort of close in, but making sure that I'm constantly moving towards that always, and that helps a lot, because I think everybody in this period, Gary, has suffered from some type of mental illness. I really do. Everybody's had some fear there about what's going on. Everyone's had some anxiety. Everybody's been a little bit afraid, and we're all starting to come out of that a little bit now. In most places, I know that some places in the world that is not the case, but in most places we're able to come out of that a little bit, and it does feel strange, I have to say. It's a very odd time. Adam Small says, evening, he was out in the Endorphin Pro, awesome, doing 5k around the local park run course, 1 minute 50 off my course PB. Amazing stuff, Adam, well done, buddy. It's really good to hear that the Pro is working out for you. Aaron says, hi from a very wet Isle of Man. I'll tell you what, Aaron, the wind's getting up a little bit out there, maybe some rain. It's very dark out there, in fact. I've got the window open so a little bit of air in, because it was very warm in here, but it does look as if we could have some rain. Dear Sasha says, hi bro, hope you're all fine. I'm still waiting to get the Endorphin Speed here in Germany. Just hear good of them. Yes, a very good shoe. I don't think you can go wrong. If you can get a pair of those, I think you will enjoy them. Thanks for coming into the chat today and joining us. I appreciate it. Luke Acorn is here. Hey Luke, hope you've been out there doing some miles, buddy. Stephen M is here. He says hello. Hello, Stephen. Cameron Johnson says try the Reebok Float Ride Sumitros. It's kind of like between the Energy 2 and the Triumph 17. Interesting. Very interesting. Maybe I shall look to try that one out in the near future. Joe Mullin says there was 99 watching. I think it's 100 now, Joe. It's probably a new record there. Joe is my stats man. He's on the case. Eddie Vickers says, hey Ed, what lightweight shoe would you recommend for intervals or speed work? Preferably under or around £100. Intervals or speed work. I don't think you can go wrong with the Run Fast 2 from Reebok. That one's worth checking out for the cash. Let me have a little think. For speed work, you could do some speed work in the SL20 from Adidas as well. I don't see why you couldn't do some speed work in that. Just as I mentioned about the rain, it has just started raining out there. There we go. I could be a weatherman. Maybe we need a weather spot on here. John Basinski is in the house. How are you doing, buddy? I hope you're having a great time. Hope all the family are fine and enjoying yourselves. Ah, John B. John B is the master on the Gibson Thunderbird bass. That man, he can really play it strange on that bass, I'm telling you. Ash G, is that the Peg 37? It is. What is that part of the vid today? Didn't think that would be there. Well, I've got it there mainly because I wanted to talk a little bit about daily shoes, and it is a shoe I have got up to the 100 this week. If any of you have got any more queries about the issues I had with this one, then please let me know. Perhaps fire off in some in the comments on the video. But yeah, that one didn't quite live up to my expectations. I feel it's a few steps back really, rather than some steps forward for the Pegasus line. It really is. Gary says got a pair of the Triumph 18. 2 runs so far. Not sure that he likes them. Firmer ride than I was expecting. I've tried the Triumph 17. Interesting, they sent you the 18s instead. That's interesting. Yeah, I really love the Triumph 17. I found it really, really cushioned, really resilient, and just a generally really nice plush shoe. Although that was in the winter, so I'm not sure I'd want to be running around in that one right now. It's a bit of a warm shoe, that one. Thomas Gamble says, hi Ed, what shoe are you having the most fun running in at the moment? That is an easy one to answer. EDDBUD Pro all the way. This is a fantastic shoe. Really, I'd say responsive in that as you push down, as you place your foot down here and push up, it will only go so far, and it just seems to go the exact amount that you want it to without your toes sort of bending this way. You can run any pace in it as well. I really enjoyed running the recovery paces. You know when you do speed work and you go all out, maybe a 5k pace, something like that, and then you finally get to do that recovery portion. And sometimes shoes can be really jarring, certainly some race flat, quite low stack shoes. This one is a real winner, so that's probably the one I'm enjoying running in most right now, Thomas. Gatcombe says, been told I get Forces discount for Reebok, and what shoe would I recommend? Depends what you want there, Gatcombe. I would look, if you want something that will kind of do most things, a nice daily shoe, Energy 2 is certainly one that I would look at. If you want something a little faster, that will pick up the pace a bit more, the Run Fast 2 is worth looking at also. Cameron Johnson says, Adidas Boston 9 versus the Reebok Float Ride Energy 2. That'll be a good shoe battle. Yeah, I mean, I could place those up against each other. I think I know I'd like... I'm not sure I'd want to run the 15 mile loop that I do in the Energy 2. I'm not quite sure it's got enough structure there to it. But certainly a good battle. There's one there, for some reason it blocked it out, Martin. I've just put that up. Do you use any painkiller rubs when you have niggling injuries? What I tend to do is I try and do some stretches out when I get home, get the foam roller out, make sure I just do a little work on the legs, just stretching out the muscles, just trying to keep things supple, I guess. I've been really lucky, touch wood, with injuries and things like that, Martin, of recent times. So that's kind of what I do, and it seems to work for me. We've got a super chat there from Thomas Gamble. Thanks, Thomas. We really appreciate that, buddy. It's amazingly kind of you. He just wants to say he appreciates the channel during the strange times. Running's keeping me relatively sane these days in the US. Thanks so much, Thomas. It really does mean a lot. Thank you. And Carlos says, if only the shoes were cheaper. They certainly are very expensive right now, Carlos. He wants to try the Next Percent and EDDBUD Pro, Ultra Boost 20, the Alpha Fly, Endorphin Pro and Speed. This goes on. Definitely try the Speed out, Carlos, if you can. Alessandro Rossi says, got 2 Adidas trail shoes in my request for grip in the rain, and can report they were excellent in, grip in wet conditions. I'll tell you what, Adidas shoes generally have superb traction and grip. I really am very impressed with the traction and grip on the Adidas shoes in all sorts of weather conditions. They really do seem to be real winners on those, on sort of road and pavement, but I'm glad to hear that the trail shoes work equally as well. Thanks for that, Alessandro. Chris McLean's in the house. How you doing, Chris? Jay Page, hi from Houston, Texas. Tropical Storm Hannah heading in this weekend. Oh no. I hope you stay safe, Jay Page. That's not good news to hear. Could be very wet there. I mean, sometimes we get storms and stuff here. They're not really that bad. The weather is really mild in the UK, really. We get some cold stuff, but it's really quite mild here. We got Chris Colangelo. Yeah, I would agree with that, Chris, that the Float Ride Forever Energy 2 slower pacing is a little bouncy. Boston 9 good at all paces. Yeah, I think Boston 9's a really good do it all sort of shoe. Chris, a running guy, just say congrats for hitting 8k. Thanks, Chris. We are smashing it. I think we're on 8,200 something now. We're really going through the roof there. I'm quite amazed. I really do appreciate all of the new subscribers. Thanks, you guys are watching. I really appreciate it. Jazzy says, good day. I like that, good day. Do you hear about Garmin Connect? Yeah, what's the score with the Garmin Connect? I mean, I use my Apple Watch, the iSmooth Run app on there, and then I just transfer to Strava. But it works every time. No issues there. Everybody's been moaning about this Garmin thing. Is it that the main website is down, or the kind of the system is down that you upload the runs to? How does that work? People are really upset about it. Collar says it's been very rainy and stormy there. Yeah, it's definitely it's just a bit grey out there now, Carlos. Just grey. You always know that the weather's going to be bad because the cats come in and they just hole up somewhere downstairs and under blankets and things. John Eaton says he's a lovely roast this last dog walk, now checking in. Oh, he's had a lovely roast and the dog walk, he's now checking in. Awesome. I've got to do the dog walk actually after this. Kev Bickerton says he's got a 30% off voucher for Adidas. Absolutely rude not to use that one. What shoe in current lineup would you recommend? Depends how far you want to go. SL20 is a great shoe. If you want something superb for racing, Adizero Pro. If you want a good all-rounder, Boston 9. So those will do you proud. Any of those, Kevin, will do you proud. Ken Martin says it's raining hard there in Philly. Cooling off to the low 70s Fahrenheit overnight. Awesome stuff. It's still a lot warmer than it is here, Ken. Jay Page says, not a fan of the road blast there. Ill-fitting and felt flat, underwhelming. Oh dear, that's not a good thing. I haven't seen much of the road blast. Very few people have got it over here. Des Morris says, hi Ed. We have had 2.5 solid days of rain in Cumbria. Oh, it's been sort of quite reasonable during the day, but now it's really turned. I could have done with a bit of that rain while I was running just now. It started to get pretty warm. It did start to cool me off a little bit. Alan Anderson says, hi Ed. He just got the Saucony Ride 13 to swap out the Peg 37s. They failed to inspire confidence. What's your thoughts on Ride 13? I've not tried that one out. I know that I think Kafuzi, Mike's been running in the Ride 13. Quite a few of the other guys got that one. It's not one I picked up right now. I got a few other bits and pieces in the pipeline that I want to kind of work through. So not one I can give too much info on that one. Perhaps someone in the chat has done a little bit more in the Ride 13 and they might be able to advise you, Alan. Yeah, Girl Evie says, will you perhaps ever run in Ultra? Yeah, I do want to get a pair of Ultras. It's something I've been looking at constantly. I've had a couple in the basket actually to buy, but it hasn't quite worked out yet. So it's something I am looking at in the future. Chris McLean says we're going to pass on the Adizero Pro, but intrigued now based on my reviews. I really do like it. That running guy says, got all the fast shoes. When's your next time trial? What I want to try and do is do a little mini taper before I'm going to do something like that. So maybe next week or possibly the week after. All really depends on what happens with the appearance of the baby. If the baby appears, then everything will go on hold a little bit. You know, I'll try and get the video done, you know, if I'm in the hospital or something like that. I'm kidding, right? Okay, I'm not going to do that. that would be weird. Ken says, are you going to try and pick up a pair of the Adidas Adios Pro? Fod reviewed recently. Has he got the Adios Pros, has he? I hadn't seen those. I didn't realise that Andy had those, or that they were about, but yeah, I'd love to try them out with the energy rods. That'll be fun. Yevra says, how do you combat blood blisters? I've only had a couple of those in the past. There's only one real way to combat those, and it's not particularly nice, really. But sometimes if they're very painful, then you've just got to kind of bite the bullet and sort them out. Yeah, it's not good. It's making me feel a bit queasy, actually. Roadrunner View says, hello all. Hello. Yeah, I did see Kafuzi did the Heritage Trail. Yeah, that was a long old run, 30 miles. It looked pretty warm as well there. I do need to watch that one properly. Team Antony says, have you spoken about the Garmin website being down? Yeah, I didn't know what it was. So Joe Mullin says it's a ransomware attack, apparently. DTD says endorphin speed is a little small to size for your information. Interesting. Wonder, that's interesting. Yeah, I found mine absolutely spot on in terms of true to size kind of vibes. Joe Mullin says even production lines halted. Is that of the Garmin stuff? Crikey. Richard says, hi Ed, ran into the Hoka Area 4 yesterday. After getting asses for me, I might need mild support. Any other options you can recommend? In terms of mild support, I guess you could look at something like the Infinity Run if you've got, if you need some support there. That could be a shoe that might work for you. Joey Mullin says call centre offline as well. That's crazy, isn't it? Main website is down on Garmin. I did notice early on actually today that sports shoes were trying to sell off all their Garmin watches really cheap. I don't know whether that was a coincidence, but I was a bit taken back, like, what's going on here? Rocky Runs is here. He says, good evening Ed. Hello. Just came back from a run with my out-of-shape dog. What dog have you got? I couldn't run with the little guy, my little dog. He's just not cut out for it. We tire the poor little guy out. Greg's here. He says, right geezer Ed, love the channel from South Yorkshire. Thanks buddy, thanks for tuning in, we appreciate it. Carla says 41 likes, 44 now, doing well, 126 viewers as well. This is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Ken says it's a Garmin site ransomware attack. Can still upload on the computer to Strava though. Carlos says, any tips, strategy for first half marathon? What I would say with a half marathon, I always look at it in three blocks really. 3 blocks of 4 miles. And then you've got the last stretch. So trying to keep consistency on that first 4 miles. Try not to rush out too hard. It's very easy to do that in a half. And then you feel a lot stronger in that second section. If you're feeling nice and strong in the second section, you know you'll be okay. Then it's figuring out what you're going to have before in terms of fuel. Are you going to take any fuel with you as you go? Are you going to grab water, and when you're going to do that and how you're going to do it? Sometimes when you're grabbing water and things like that, not that we can do that right now, but after time you end up grabbing it, and then if you're not confident drinking it as you're running, you end up just spilling it or not getting enough. So it's kind of interesting and useful to work on that process of grabbing the water and getting enough of it in to keep you hydrated. Kim Lauriston says, how's the testing of the Beacon 3 go? I need to get that one back out. It's going to be a real mix next week, I think, Kim, of different shoes. Chris says, does the endorphin speed run small? I've heard a few people say that. Mine were pretty true to size, really. Got to be honest. Certainly the SL20 were a bit small. I did go up half a size in those, same as Roadrunner Reviews there. I needed the extra little bit of space. Kirsty Howe says, hi Ed, did a run today. Local beach people getting in the way. Have problems with my Strava, so had to manually upload. I had a few issues with people today. They just kind of won't move out to the sides of paths, and you're sort of going towards them thinking, I've got nowhere to go here. You can either keep rolling forwards or stop, and you're hoping that they are going to stop as they come towards you. But it's difficult sometimes. You can shout, say, you know, runner, you know, people just won't move. People just don't move. Aaron says his wife's looking to replace her Nova Blast, but must have equally squishy midsole. Suggestions? I don't know, Aaron. If you guys in the chat there have got any good suggestions there, something like the Nova Blast, but, or in terms of squishiness, but isn't the Nova Blast, do let him know. John Basinski, he says, listening to you while going for a quick run. Still hot here in Spain, family are well. I'm just missing the music man cave while I'm here. Yeah, buddy, that's the thing. I know when my dad heads over to Spain, he's got a place in Spain and he's got a guitar and some bits and pieces there, so he can still strum away there up on the veranda. I bet he's missing that as well, my dad. But he's been doing some miles, you know. I got him a pair of the Energy 2s from Reebok. He's been doing some walking, so I think he's up to about 4 miles now, or getting close to 4 miles. So when, you know, things like park run come back, I said to him he should do the tail walk for the park runs. That would be a really cool thing to do. Wang says, hi Ed, I've got my first 16k in the Nike Tempo yesterday. It's a good shoe to run in. Awesome! Glad to hear those are out in Asia now. I'm very keen to get a pair of those and test them out. You know, I'm big into I like the AirPods. Have I got the, yeah. See, I love this shoe with the AirPods in as well. This is a great shoe. Super cushioned. A little warm for the moment though. And I think the LeBron 18 is out fairly soon. We got a super chat there from Travis Rogan. Thank you, Travis. Says, thanks for all the daily content. Keep running. Happy all. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate the super chat. It does help the channel out a massive amount to keep the shoes rolling in for testing purposes for you guys. It's very kind of you with the super chat. Chris says, Ed, are you going to have to smash out one more time trial before the Babino comes? Trainer will obviously take a big hit soon. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm going to try and continue as much as I possibly can. I've sort of been through that process before, you know, when a baby arrives, you know, what happens. But Miss Edbud's her first child, so I need to be around and making sure that everybody's cool, everyone's all right, everybody's nice and chilled, and I'll be doing lots of acoustic guitar playing, you know, chilling the little baby out. Seemed to work for my daughter. I used to play Roy Orbison songs and stuff to her on my guitar, and that seemed to work. And Richard Hawley tunes as well. Who's gonna shoe your pretty little feet and stuff like that. That worked really well to calm her down. She's playing guitar now as well, my older daughter. She's pretty good. I got her a Fender Mini Strat, and she's good. She can play Rumble by Link Ray. She can do a mean version of Happy Birthday as well. You know, that's a good tune to learn. You know, Happy Birthday. All I can hear in my mind is Happy Birthday. The Smitho family says, please say hi to my 8-year-old daughter, Maisie. Hello, Maisie. She's watching your videos from Essex and loves to run. Awesome. Keep running, Maisie. That's fantastic. Brilliant stuff. And make sure you go to bed nicely as well. It's very important to do that, so your folks can get a good rest and you can regain all your strength ready for running tomorrow. Awesome. CCG Social says, any reviews or thoughts on the endorphin shift? I know there's a local chap who's offered to come out on a bit of a socially distanced run with me, so he's got the shift, so it might be a good idea to perhaps get some thoughts and things directly from a runner, and then I can pass them on to you guys. That might be quite cool. Soupy Run says, Ed, just missed a bit. Did you mention about Damon Hall? Sorry, setting a new penny weight FKT. Wow, that's crazy. 268 miles. Whoa. That's just crazy. Rocky Runs. I have a Labrador. Same colour as the Beast. It's only 8 months and always hungry. Awesome. Yeah, the Beast is always hungry, but alas, not anywhere near as athletic as your dog by the sounds of it, Rocky. Richard Tung's got the New Balance Prisms on order. Sweet. New shoe day incoming, Richard. I like it. Adam says his endorphin speed are perfect to size. John Eaton says good news for the races. Booked his second of the year, the Canterbury 10K. Interesting. Just hope his calf is okay. Yeah, I hope you're okay and injury free on that one. Steve G says, what is the arch like in the Clifton? Struggled a bit. I haven't really noticed it at all, actually, thinking about that. Let me just grab it here. Yeah, I've not noticed the arch at all in these, whatsoever. I mean, I've got a relatively narrow foot. But yeah, that's not something that's even crept into my mind at all, Steve. So I can't really comment on that one. Smitho Family says 6 weeks ago my calf went pop. Oh no, happened twice since and can't run. How do I come back from this and stop it happening again? Susie. Oh, I'm not sure that. I mean, are you doing some warm up and stuff before? There might be some exercises and things that you can do before to kind of strengthen the calf a little bit. But I would go super careful there, Susie. That's the sort of thing that can lead to a long-term injury, and that's the last thing you want, really. So do really be careful. I would seek some more professional help on that one. JB Scott says, feel like he's beating a dead horse a bit, but the 1080 is a good comparison shoe for the Nova Blast. Yeah. Bit more soft and a bit more cushion. I'd suggest that the 1080 upper as well, JB, is a little bit more refined than the Nova Blast. I felt it was a little bit too much upper material there. On the New Balance, it really does feel quite refined. It's quite a nice soft upper as well, if I remember rightly. And you've got some cool extra lace holes and things there, so you can kind of adjust the laces to get them spot on in terms of lockdown. So I think that's a really good suggestion there, JB. Carla says, do I still have the Vaporfly Gakuso 4%? I do. I have to say, they are one of my favourite shoes, just in terms of looks, everything. All my PBs that I set towards the end of last year, all in that shoe. And there's something special and magical about that shoe. I can't quite put my finger on what it is, but there's something really cool about it. The heel counter is on the outside of the shoe, rather than the inside on all the other variations of the 4% Flyknit. Maybe that's something to do with it. Des says, when is the baby due? The baby's due in about 3 weeks from now, so not long at all. Most things are done. There's a few things that we need to get for Miss EDDBUD just to make sure she's nice and comfortable. So a few little things to organise yet. Just about making sure everything's very calm, which I don't do very well, calm. I'm quite an energised sort of person. I'm always doing things, and yeah, and I need to get tidier as well. Is a thing I need to do. So that's really upsetting, Miss EDDBUD. I need to be a tidier guy. I think we could all look at being a bit tidier though. Road Run View says, I ran the Road Blast yesterday. I understand they have a little more ground feel than the Nova Blast, but they were lovely to run in. Okay, that's not one I've tried out. I think you can get the Road Blast here in the UK. I think. Oh, Marek Skwarski says, greetings to all. He's in lockdown after contact with a work colleague who had coronavirus. 1 week locked up. Oh, buddy, that is not good. I'm quite lucky in the fact that I can literally just distance myself completely. As I'm a teacher, it's currently the summer holidays, so we're not expected into work, and I think when we go back to work, there is a plan that it's very limited in terms of the actual contact, so I can keep myself to myself pretty much. Only time I really get out other than running is to go to the supermarket and stuff, so I'm quite lucky in that. I hope you're okay, Marek, and I hope that that you're all right and you haven't got coronavirus or anything like that. Really do hope you're okay. That's the main thing in life, is to make sure everyone's safe. Arda says Nike Superfly 7 Pro. I'm not sure what that is. I haven't encountered that one before. Some good info from Rob there in terms of the car for you, Susie. Chris McLean says his 3-year-old's refusing to go to bed yet again. We'll catch up later. Alright, Chris, I hope you're successful in your efforts. Rob says Endorphin Speed's the best shoes ever running. I would say there's plenty of room in the shoe. Yeah, I felt there was quite a decent amount of room there in the toe box. Just right, I think, just the right amount. Right, guys, I'm just going to do another couple of moments here. I don't know whether Kafuzi's doing a live stream, is he, today? If I remember rightly, he was, I think he might have been taking a day out from the live streaming today. Baz says, how about the Nike Air Zoom Tempo Next percent, and what do you think about the comparison between the Nike Tempo Next and the Saucony Speed? I really need to get that one in hand and see how it shapes up, really. I think it's going to be a little heavier. I'm a little worried that there's obviously the lighter foam in the front of the shoe, along with the pods, and then the React stuff, which is heavier at the rear of the shoe. Be interesting to see what sort of feel that one has. Rob says, do you have any advice on picking the right shoe size? I generally go up full size for running shoes. Labour Blasts are massive. What I tend to do, Rob, is I go by the centimetres listed. It always seems to be a little bit closer to the actual size of the shoe. But I always find that Nike shoes tend to be true to size. Adidas, I tend to have to go up half a size. The same with Hoka. Also the same with New Balance. With Asics, they tend to be pretty much spot on, true to size for me. I'm trying to think of some others. Reebok's true to size, no problems there. So those tend to be okay. Joel says he had a great run in the Beacon V1s. They're still hanging on. Awesome. Glad those are still working out for you, Joel. Marek says, no worries, I'm okay, just missing the running, but videos keep me going. I'm glad that the videos are keeping you busy and keeping you occupied, Marek, during, I guess you got another week or so of being inside and distancing. JB says he ran the, oh yeah, of course he ran the 30 miler yesterday. I can understand why he had a break yesterday. Kafuzi is on today. Awesome. Rocky Run says, Ed, by the way, really like your videos. Very funny. Yeah, I just thought I wanted to do something a little different today. Something a little bit humorous, something funny. I liked the one at the end, the X-Files thing with the double air units. That was just crazy. I just fancy doing something fun today. I think everything can get a little bit serious sometimes. Everybody gets really het up about things and it's just nice to let off a bit of steam and just have a bit of a laugh sometimes. I think it's important to do that. We must remember that all of this running, you know, we're running in a straight line. You know, yeah, we love the shoes, you know, we love talking about it, love all the gear, but I think it's really important to always have a bit of a sense of humour. Right, you guys, I'm going to draw this one to a close now. I'd like to say thanks for all of you for joining. It's been a record number of people in the live chat today, and also viewing as well. We've had a few super chats as well. Thanks to those who did contribute to the channel. It really does help out. I can plough that into perhaps some more gear, some more shoes, some more things to test out in mind of some videos for the channel in the next couple of weeks. So please have a fantastic rest of your day. Make sure you get some running in if you can, and make sure you're eating healthy too. My name's EDDBUD. I shall see you in the next one.